left.
Man with a camera.
Welcome, one and all, wherever you may be on this big blue marble. It's Runway DFW After Dark. We are here at DFW International Airport betwixt Dallas and Fort Worth. We are coming to you live from the friendly confines of DFW Founders Plaza, and we'll be here with you for the next few hours, bringing you all the Friday night activity here on this Friday, August 25th, 2023. So settle in, get yourself something cool to drink, pop some corn, and we'll hang out together here at Runway DFW. Hey, everybody. So let's see. We are coming to you at 100 degrees, and that's exactly what it says on our little thermometer here as well. So the triple digits in Fahrenheit. Of course, the number is smaller if you're calculating it in Celsius, but nevertheless, it's still warm. Cajun Josh says, got an emergency aircraft about ready to land right in front of you. Well, I don't see anything on the radar, although that may have come in. I don't know what to say. Give me more information. Our friend Epic Toastman, who has a channel here at Runway at DFW Airport and places even beyond, says has a $1 super chat from ETM. Thank you, ETM, for starting things off. Emilio Cobo says hello, everyone. Channel member Larry Hawkins says heat wave here in Chicago breaks tonight. Great. I'm glad to hear that. Wow, I didn't know we had that animation there. Well, we do now, I guess. Heather B. to Bill Platt says heaps of emergency vehicles waiting. Oh, I see emergency vehicles. Let's check that out. There goes some of them. Let me see if I can dial in the emergency channel here. Not having much luck there, am I? There we go. We'll see if we get any transmissions on that channel. So we can dial in here for you all. So we have emergency vehicles on the runway here. Got a super chat from Landon Stuber. Thank you, Landon. I don't see any planes on approach. I don't know if they're going to a plane that's already landed. So they all appear to be surrounding a plane over there, parked at Terminal A. Well, you're seeing it just as we are, but I can't tell which of those aircraft is the subject of all the hubbub. There's a plane right in the middle which has a food service truck lifted up to the tail section. So it's apparently been there for a little while. There's a plane on the left, which is it's like an American Eagle Embraer 175, the one on the left. The one in the center, I can't tell what that is. But there are a lot of emergency vehicles in that vicinity. Agent Josh says the one they were following was a little Embraer, so see if we can zero in on that a little bit. I was trying to so that should be it there, that plane in the middle. I can almost read the N number on my little screen here. So if you are just joining in to the festivities, the plane there in the center of your screen, it's an Embraer 175,
1771.
which I'm not picking it up on my radar, so I don't know
Cross 18 right and 18 left at whiskey
where it came from, but it was followed on in by a bunch of emergency vehicles. Channel member Josh Aldridge says, "Action news." I have some newsy kind of music, but
we need a couple minutes for 2566.
but I don't want to make light of anything that might be going on that's serious over there. Obviously, the plane landed, and we say hi to Mary Extraordinaire, a channel member for 4 months now. Thank you, Mary. Up there in New York, as I recall. New York State somewhere. Well, we're keeping an eye on that. There's something going on at the front of that plane, and we have Gojo Love as a new subscriber. Thank you. Dial down the gain just a little bit. We see some people going up on the stairs leading to the sky bridge.
Make a left turn at Whiskey Hotel. Turn left at Whiskey Hotel. Okay, Whiskey Hotel.
Well, now are the fire trucks departing? If they are, then
Tower Frontier 2566. We'll be ready once the next aircraft's out.
then that may be the end of this little
Walt,
incident.
ENY 3995 on FR24. Look at the track. It took off, dumped fuel and returned to DFW.
Line up and we went in left.
Well, there's a feature I didn't know we had. Talking super chats. I'm going to have to check in. Something's gone awry from our usual setup, I guess. But thank you, Bill Platt, who is one of our moderators, who has a $5 super chat. So Envoy 3995.
One left, clear for takeoff, RNAV below 391, thank you. Envoy 1A left, on sir 15.
So it was destined for Columbus, was this plane.
Have a great night, American 1687.
Echo Alpha, hold for 1A left.
And thanks to Flight Radar 24, we should be able to show you what happened there. See if we can play this back. Well, but at any rate, you see the track that this plane made. It took off. It made a lot of circles, apparently dumping fuel. And then it came back to the airport.
Line up away 1A left, Frontier Flight 2566. We'll contact departure Lunar 281.
So I guess everything's okay with that. And we'll get back to our regular programming. Michelle McDaniel's our new subscriber. We've got a flight from Omaha coming in just about 2 minutes. American 2466. A 737-800 followed by American flight 1757 from McAllen.
Yes, we are.
Another 737.
Cover takeoff 18 left, RNAV to Frontier Flight 2566.
18 left, line up and away for American 1228.
The Frontier flight's going to Tampa, Florida.
How are we going to? Cleared to land, 18 by American 2466.
RNAV 018 left, cleared for takeoff for American 1228.
Elakayo 96. A new subscriber to our channel. Thank you, Elakayo 96. along with Francis A. So welcome to you.
What's departure? Have a good night. Frontier Flight 2566.
I spy with my big camera here a plane that's headed to Istanbul. That's Turkish Flight 192, 7879 Dreamliner.
American 787 is overloaded.
Did I hear somebody say something is overloaded?
79 for American 1278.
Crow land 1 at right, American 757. Line up and mate, American 187 Turkish 1 Yankee Echo.
Yeller 95 Vet, a new subscriber to our channel. Thank you, wherever you may be coming to us from. It looks like we're going to get to see this plane take off for Istanbul here on the west side. They'll often dispatch this plane over to the east side for that route, but yeah, we'll get lucky tonight.
Echo Alpha, short of 185 American. Arnav Subi Park, runway 187, clear for takeoff, Turkish 1 Yankee Echo. Envoy 3731, visual 1 at right. Okay, cleared land 1 at right, envoy 3731. United 2005, runway 18 left. With the departure, have a good day, Turkish 1 Yankee Echo.
One of the top 10 longest routes from Dallas, Fort Worth.
Hold short of 1, left with line, American 757.
There's United Flight 2005. It's headed to San Francisco, the city adjacent to the bay, on an Airbus A319. Plane dating back to the year 2002.
Wait, 18 left, American 2697. We're ready. Aircraft to landing, so take a 18 left, American 26 on set. 17.1, clear to land runway 13 right. Clear to land runway 13 right, and flight 17.1. Left line up away to American 1765.
I thought I saw in the future Terminal F parking area. What is that? Is that a lot of new subscribers dialing in? Thank you. Is that a United 777? Looks like it is.
I'll take cross 18 left, envelope 3731. 3731.
It's parked in an area south of Terminal D, the international terminal. Usually for overflow flights or flights that are waiting for gates.
Have a good night, American 2697. DFW Tower, American 2103.
But that is an aircraft we don't normally see here, at least not in the United brand. And Travis, I do not know. It could be a sports charter. It could be a diversion from earlier in the day. I didn't see it come in. A-list flyer Chris, our moderator and channel member, says Raiders charter. So I guess the Raiders are in town for some sort of a pigskin contest of some sort.
Takeoff American 1765.
Travel the Caribbean 2009 says, good evening, Walt. Glad to see some runway DFW after dark action. Love watching these birds. Hey, we've got a, well, there goes a plane off to Santa Barbara, I think it is. Nope, San Luis Obispo. But just adjacent to us here, first of all, let us acknowledge that super chat, which I don't see yet on my list here. But according to Streamlabs, Larry Brown just tipped $15, so thank you, Larry Brown. I appreciate that. But what I was saying is that we have, well, yeah, we have lighting up the radar.
Departure 1765.
Tower American 2698, we're ready. 2698,
An MD-11.
2698.
Now I see two MD-11s there. They both got their cargo doors open, so I don't think any of those is an immediate candidate. But there's another one which is right in front of us. Let's see if we can get you a shot of that. So I think you can see on this camera, there's a Queen of the Skies there on the right. It's got its cargo door open. So that that MD-11 there on the left may be what we're looking at. Let me see if I can confirm the registration. Well, it's supposed to be N263. It looks like N290, so I don't think that one is it. So I don't know, maybe it's a premature The radar has been turned on prematurely, perhaps. I don't know. And I'm supposed to have all the answers. Space Needle says, do they have air conditioning or fan at home or at airport? Do they? Do I?
RNAV B Park, 18 left, clear for takeoff. We'll keep an eye out for him. American 2698.
You saw go by there a Beach C-99.
20 left, line up, wait,
A
American.
Meriflight coming in from somewhere. Doesn't say here. But anyway, we don't have any. Well, my computer has a fan and a block of ice underneath it, if that's any consolation. But your host is fanless. We got kind of a two-for shot. There's a plane going out on the east side, and this one going out here on the west. It looks like American Flight 2698,
take care.
which is departing for Albuquerque.
Right heading 190, clear for takeoff, 20 left, American 1149. Runway 18 left, lap away at runway 3565.
Let's see if we can grab a shot of a plane coming in, shall we? As we welcome Mark Medley as a new subscriber. My voice is a little scratchy. I don't know. It's the heat, the humidity, the I don't know. Let me get a little sip here. So we've got a flight coming in from Tucson, Arizona.
Departure to American 1149.
Another emergency vehicle makes the scene. An ambulance.
Runway 18 left, clear for takeoff, envoy 3565. 18 left, line up and wait for the American 2707, can you see? Here I am. Down 1316 is with you, visual 18 right.
We're looking at an arrival now of United Flight 1235 arriving from Denver, Colorado. So let's see what's going on with this one. Still about 30 seconds away.
RNAV delay on runway 18 left, clear for takeoff. We're at the American 2707.
Runway 18 left, American 1525.
Now let's switch over to camera one, see if we can catch this United flight from the Mile High City.
Roger, runway 3565.
Hey, it's dipped below 100. Yay! Yeah, we're in the middle of some crazy hot late summer weather here in North Texas. There's that plane. Pretty sure I didn't miss it. I did miss it. Alrighty.
We're at the way, let's take off 1 left, American 1525. Line up away, 18 left, American 9780 heavy. Alright, switch to the regional departure, the American 2707. You're great, let's see what we can say. See you.
DFW Tower, American 2514 with you just inside Netty for 18 right. Expedite optical short of 18 left on whiskey 19 average, 12 at 35. Clear for takeoff, 18 left, RNAV speed park, American 9780 heavy. American 2514, 4 miles, 18 right. Clear Lena 18 right, American 2514, parking west. American 2736, visual right.
That was Ameriflight 1721 coming in from Amarillo, another Beach 1900.
Line up away, 18 left, American 343. Porsche 1 left, whistle, American 6. West side. South 18 left with Lima. Yeah, 18 left with Lima, American Class 18 left Whiskey Mike over the ground on Alpha Bridge, yeah, 1245. $9780, have a good day.
You just saw American Flight 2514 arriving from Phoenix, Arizona, an Airbus A321. Let's see what we got here. Swing around just a second here to get American Flight 2736 from Fort Myers, Florida.
Runway 18 left, line up away to American 1996. 2514, we're about 142. Lima Ultra 18 left, American 2514. DFW Tower, American 2403, 18 right. Left. That's 18 left, Whiskey Lima, ground 185, American 2514, figure. Clear land, 18 right, American 2403.
I see Kevin from Wellington Flights Live. Hello, Kevin.
American 343, good night.
We are well.
2736.
We're warm, but well.
Echo Alpha hold short.
Toasty, I might say.
Flight 1745, you turn left at high speed, taxi to Bravo Charlie.
I hope everybody gets a chance to check out Kevin's channel, Wellington Flights Live. He does regular broadcasts from, of course, Wellington, and he was in Auckland recently. He's been to Australia in recent weeks or months.
American 1859.
Looking forward to your LAX visit, Walt.
Well, thank you, Kevin. That's the other Kevin. Kevin from Airline Videos Live with a super chat. And I honestly don't know why they're speaking to us today. I have to check that out when I get home. But thank you, Kevin. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. I guess it's 2 weeks from tonight. The assemblage on the roof of the H Hotel, co-sponsored by Airline Videos Live. And that should be quite the soiree.
American 1880.
I don't even know if tickets are still available. If you're in the area, you ought to make the scene. So thank you again, Kevin. Much appreciated. Yeah, Michelle RS says, LOL, talking super chats. Yeah, an unexpected innovation from Runway DFW. I have no idea how that's happening. I must have hit the wrong button. I didn't even know they could do that. There's a new subscriber named Ken. Thank you, Ken.
Clear for takeoff, runway 18 left, RNAV B Park, American 1880. 18 left, flight number 8, American 1207.
And Brian Miller says good evening as a member. Mark Perry says, evening, Walt and all. Walt, did you find your mouse the other day? Yes. As it turns out, I was putting things in the trunk of the car. I've got everything in boxes here, and I take them out of the car and I put them in. I set them up, then I put the boxes back, and for some reason, I had popped the mouse on top of the box that I have here for Airline Videos Live goodie bags. So it was sitting there on top of that box in my trunk, and I looked everywhere, but I didn't look there, so I found it after the broadcast. So I have my mouse. I've got lots of new subscribers that are being auto-magically welcomed, and I thank you for subscribing. And once you subscribe, our chat room is subscribers only, so once you put your name in the hat there as a subscriber, there's a 10-minute waiting period, and then you can hope to see you in the chat. So Chris Loper, in 10 minutes you can start typing and say hello to everybody. Hope you will. Channel member Kate Goodling says, you're on the cutting edge, Walt, LOL. I thought my TV was talking to me. Well, your TV is talking to you. Hello? See what else we can bring you tonight, astronomically speaking. Right, there's the moon. Or half of it thereabouts, and I guess they're on the south end of it. I don't know if we're looking at the north end or the south end. I don't know how that's oriented from here, but there is, of course, within the last few days, I think when we were on the air on Wednesday morning, an Indian satellite soft landed on the south side of the moon.
Copy, maintain visual separation from track American 2313.
And so we congratulate the Indian Space Agency for that achievement. Channel member Chuck Topo Chico Tosma says, craters.
On Ev Lauren, 18 left, clear for takeoff.
You could almost reach out and touch it, couldn't you?
Lot of weight, 18 left, code 3164. Echo on full triple.
Well, let's see, let's get back to what we're here for. Airplanes. There's an E-jet.
American 1407, approaching Netty for runway 18 right. Clear for takeoff, 18 left, RWD Park, Scout 3164. Break at 1012, 18 left, turn up and wait. Full short, 18 left on board, 36 on the air.
So let's see if we can illuminate you as what we just saw. That was flight 3596, American Eagle leaving for Abilene on an E-jet, and arriving was American Eagle flight 3678, another E-jet, coming in from Mobile, Alabama. I'm still seeing an MD-11 on the radar.
QF7 nearly there. Off to play tennis semi-final after it lands.
Well, see, there's that new innovation that we have inaugurated somehow. It was a super chat from Heather. And you heard what she said. It's spoken to you. And that is Qantas Flight 7 nearly there.
Spartan Scout 3164, good night.
And yes, it is. It's coming in from Sydney. It is about 5 minutes away, so we're on the lookout for that 7879. But the next, well, we've got another heavy before that, American Flight 2524, 777 from Miami. But before that, American Flight 1407 from the city of Kansas. Kansas City. Let's check that out.
Contact departure, wake up 1012. Alright, cross 18 left, take golf 84, I'm always there.
All right, next to arrive is that triple from Miami. Just about a 2.5 hour flight from the sun and fun capital of the world. You're looking at the east tower of DFW Airport there with the skyline of the city of Dallas in the background.
Line up and wait, Skywest 20 left, Skywest 3004.
Cooled off to a brisk 98 degrees. It was 100 when we started. That's Fahrenheit, of course. Here's camera 1 in search of the 777.
Envoy 3625, visual 18 right. Clear to land 18 right, Envoy 3625.
Meanwhile, here's where we're hanging out at Founders Plaza.
Line up and line, just pick up 1 left, Skywest 3004.
292, DFW.
1 left, line of way, American 1392.
American 14.
We say good afternoon to Fred Penning from all the way in Queensland, Australia. Epic Toast Man says, hey Walt, got a 7 a.m. stream tomorrow, so won't be able to stay for long. Well, I understand that. Gotta get your sleep, ETM, but I'm glad you could peek in on this, and I'll try to make the scene tomorrow morning.
1392.
Azatoth 06, new subscriber. Hello, hello, hello. LG 1963, hi from Brampton, Ontario, Canada at 10:15, so they're an hour ahead of us. Malaysia Airlines says hi. Says it's morning in Malaysia right now. So good morning to all of our viewers in the far east.
-4, we're only 18 left, Skywest 3073.
Got American Eagle Flight 3625 from Monterey coming up next. And right after that will be the big flight from Sydney.
American 2524 heavy, will coach ground.
It's been in the air for 14 hours and 41 minutes so far.
1392, to the departure, do the same American 1390.
So now we're looking out for this flight from Monterey.
American 1392 out of 2000, climbing via the Jackery. Sounded good, right? Clear for takeoff. 18 left, RNAV line, Skywest 3073.
Take a look at this for a second.
Runway 18 left, American 2262.
One of these little cargo planes. It's a Beech C-99. Don't know where it's going. A Meriflight.
Oh, sure, 18 left, Gulf 8, Envoy 3625.
But now we got to swing around for the big Dreamliner. Coming in on one of the longest flights
American 2747.
that we see here at DFW Airport.
Heavy Dreamliner short tunnel.
Clear to land 18 right.
some reason, Qantas has the brightest marker lights of any of the aircraft I see here.
Cross 18 right, give way to the caravan, and make way onto ramp. Runway 142.
So I'm certain that its passengers and crew are ready to stretch their legs a bit after that flight that has taken them from the southern hemisphere to here. After 14 hours and 44 minutes.
Left line up and away on Boeing 3314.
Love those wings, says Chuck Tosma. Another puddle jumper headed our way. This came in from Brownwood, Texas. It's a Super Cargo Master.
RNAV B Park 18 left, clear for takeoff on Boeing 3314. On Boeing 18 left, on Boeing 4173.
You know, I forgot if it gets a little dull around here at some point, as you see an American Eagle E-Jet being towed back to the American hangar. We did catch the departure of the only A380 we see here at DFW Airport, the British Airways. I think it's flight 193 going back. So I've got it here on instant replay. Let me see what's going on here.
RNAV Lunar, clear for takeoff, 18 left, envoy 4173.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we have anything that's a heavy. So what do you say we play this back for you? Again, this is going to be a replay. And there's the big boy himself. Just about ready to take off.
Alright, 3414 switching departure, and just confirm we're RNAV B Park, correct?
Once again, this is not live.
Okay, we're switching now, thanks
so don't be deceived. And there you see a Qatar aircraft. You know what? I'm going to speed through this a little bit.
2267.
There's the it's an A350-1000 going to Doha. It left over on the east side. So now through the magic of... Just going to skip ahead just a little bit to show you the takeoff.
Cross 20 left, control big, around the other side, I'm with 3625, you as well, thanks.
So if you're following along on Flight Radar 24, don't do a double take and rub your eyes and say what's going on. This was earlier this evening before we took to the airwaves. Then before the sun went down, obviously.
After crossing,
so off he goes. Cheerio and all that.
For departure on 4173, have a good one.
Once again, you're looking at a replay of the British Airways A380 leaving for London earlier. MR Rice says, good evening, Walt. Hello, MR.
439,
Hold short 1 left, go up 8 down 139. RNAV to Lauren, 18 left, clear for takeoff on boy 3321. 8 left, line up for white, American 1797.
Yeah.
So as I recall, when I thought this was getting a little too far away, I pulled out to show you the Queen of the Skies. And now, watch this.
We're going to be park runway 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 1797.
Now we're back live. Huh?
18 left, lamp and wait, American 48.
So let's see, is that MD-11 still? No, yeah, it is. There's still an MD-11 on the radar. Back there somewhere. Oh, there's Raina Taylor says, I can't wait to show you my trophies to Kevin of Airline Videos Live. But you know, we do have a photo that Raina shared with us. So let's take a look at that now, shall we? There she is at the National Snaffle Bit Association World Championships in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Congratulations to you, Raina. She probably needed a separate trailer to take home all her medals and awards and trophies and such, but congrats to Raina, our equestrian champion, and also a subscriber and a member of the channel and a friend of the channel. So congrats to you, Raina.
Nice, 1797.
Hold short 18 left, runway 3456.
Michael Wilson says hello again from upstate New York. Upstate New York. I'm familiar with upstate New York. My paternal grandparents lived there in a little town called East Galway, which was west of Saratoga Springs.
All right, at Golf, take cross 111, 5 short of Golf, good night.
Lovely part of the world, upstate New York.
Good night, American 48.
I believe what we're looking at here is American Flight 2409, about to depart for Fresno, California, in Airbus A321.
RFB park clear for takeoff 18 left, American 2409.
Flight left, line up point, Scout 4935.
We're parking at gate 28, probably spot 111. Echo, Whiskey Juliet, hold short of wing left on boy 3895.
RNAV line 18 left, cleared for takeoff, Scout 4935. Got UPS 767 Heavy V pushing back at about 5 minutes. Oops, sorry.
American Flight 495 is going to
Departure American 2409, gonna.
Santiago de Chile, and it is a 787-800, and it is, we welcome another new subscriber.
On a point 1 left, American 945 heavy.
American 795, there's a 180.
And another one.
180 right, clear the lane, American 795.
And another Sonia Compton. Sorry, I can't get to read everybody's name, but I do appreciate you all.
RNAV Lauren, equipped takeoff 1 left, American 945 heavy.
Look at that, we've dropped 3 degrees from our starting temperature in Fahrenheit.
Crossing 18 left and then to ground, Envoy 3895.
Delta cross 20 left, round 25, connect 25.
Well, that was a long, low takeoff.
Tower, good evening, Envoy 3016 on the visual, 18 right.
Lehman Thompson Jr., a new subscriber, thank you. And Melanie with a nice note says, really appreciate your streams, thanks. Thank you, Melanie.
18 left, line up and wait, American 341.
Your icon looks like an M&M. Joe Rat says, I live 5 minutes from Saratoga Springs. Small world. Yes, it is. I can only imagine that Saratoga has changed quite a lot since I was last there many, many years ago.
18 left, cleared for takeoff, Arnett to Laren. American 341.
Let's see here. There's a baby bus coming in from Cedar Rapids, Idaho. How long does it take to get to Cedar Rapids, Idaho, or to get from Cedar Rapids, Idaho? 1 hour and 38 minutes, it says here. Ryan Sanchez says, my dog thinks the new subscriber sound is the Ring doorbell sound. Does it set him to barking? Or her?
Echo Alpha, hold short 18 left, American 795.
Arnett to Park 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 2346.
One to departure, American 341, more clear.
Someone's at the door.
And line up and wait, 18 left, American 1324.
Denis Jet coming in from Harlingen, Texas. But we've got a lot of light where we are today. Not fishing around in the dark for anything. Our next incoming flight is American 2177 from the city adjacent to the bay, San Francisco.
Hold short of runway 18 left at Whiskey Lima, envoy 3816.
Everything's a little strange tonight for me because I've deployed our
clear for takeoff, 18 left.
our separate switcher, which means both of our main cameras are going into a box which switches them into the computer in order to take some of the processing off of the computer.
Go departure, good night, American 2246.
And so whereas I'm used to pushing buttons on the computer to switch the cameras, now there's a little box for me to do that with. And I'm just not quite used to it yet. Emery Urcha says, "Hey Walt, hello there. Chuck Tolsma with a wish." He says, "I hope the sprinklers are off tonight." Well, we were here all I can go by is last Friday. Last Friday we were here. The sprinklers did not come on. So I'm kind of going by that. We have all of our protective equipment ready to go if needed.
We're over here at breaking 2177.
And you know that MD-11 we've been talking about all night long, it seems, well, there it is.
Departure American 1324.
It's doing its best impression of the neighbor on Home Improvement, the American TV show, which featured somebody who you just saw the top of their head, I think. This aircraft, or at least the whole aircraft, the other half of it, or the other 2/3 of it, along with that top portion, is going to Louisville, Kentucky. And it's time to get wake up, jingle singers. Oop, that's me. Got to get the jingle singers out. They haven't had anything to do all night long.
Park 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 1237. Tower envoy 3816, just check to make sure we didn't miss any radio calls. We actually switch up ground.
So there is our salute
Hold short of runway
to
18 left, envoy 3816.
the plane on the right. Plane on the left is also, I would imagine, a 20th century aircraft.
Line of white, 18 left, American 395.
Moving yet? I can't tell. No, not yet. Super 80 Swiss Air says Wilson MD-11. Yeah, Wilson was the name of the neighbor on Home Improvement. The show I never watched, but I always knew about that character for some reason.
RNAV, Laren, clear for takeoff 18 left, American 395.
Chuck, a fan of the MD. I can hear it revving up now. Ah, it's on the move. Let me get the crosstails here because... Oh, Brooklyn? I'm from Brooklyn. Welcome, Brooklyn. That was kind of almost exactly our poster of the night.
Cross 418 left and contact ground 185 on runway 3816.
It's so close to us that even fully zoomed out, I can't show you the whole aircraft.
Warning left, clear for takeoff. Line of weight, 18 left, American left, 60. Cross 20 height, hold short 20 left, DFW 767. Echo Alpha, hold short, 18 left, Delta 16.
Yo, Kennedy says, cool, that MD-11 is coming home to my town, Louisville. Hurry home, you gorgeous beast. Well, it is a beast. Let's hope they let it take off over here on the west side.
RNAV Laren, take off 18 left, American left, 62. Line up away, 18 left, American 24. Good night, schedule 49, good evening, Envoy 3763, city on the business to 18 right.
Bill Caldham over in Arkansas wonders if that MD will rocket launch. Well, that certainly seems to be the pattern that we have observed here.
RNFB Park, clear for takeoff, 18 left, American 1284. We're west, American 1992.
break, lift 62. Envoy 37.
If you're just tuning in, you're watching Runway DFW After Dark with me, Walt, here at DFW International Airport on this Friday, August 25th, 2023. Norman Andrews checking in as a new subscriber. Thank you, Norman.
Line up weight 18 left.
American 1898 with you, 1 air.
So we got a little bitty 737-800 pulling out there. Looks like it is going to Omaha, Nebraska.
G'day, American 24.
737s are a dime a dozen around here. We like to focus in on these big old tri-jets, which, you know, we just won't be seeing for too much longer. As both UPS and
Park, crew takeoff 18 left, American 2628.
UPS and FedEx have them penciled in for retirement in the next couple of years as they get newer and more efficient aircraft. And you may be able to, you may have seen a plane landing way in the background. We're on the west side of DFW Airport, and there are normally, you know, we have 2 north-south runways over on this side, and normally there are 3 north-south runways on the east side, but runway 17 right is closed for an extended time for repaving and repairs. So they've only got 2 north-south runways over there, just as we do over here on the west side.
All right, clear across 20 left, over the bridge, ground point 25 left, 85.
So we did our penthouse program from the east side.
We're on the west side, ground point 85, something.
Not long before they shut down runway 17 right.
Cross 20 left and ground point 85 on void 2762. To departure 2628.
And the wind appears to have shifted from the east now. We're still in south flow, which means the planes are taking off from in front of us here, and they're landing in front of us. Were they to switch around to north flow, then planes would be landing on the south side of the airport, about 1.5 miles, 2 miles from where we are. You see there's kind of a traffic jam building up there. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 or 6 planes lined up.
We'll cross 20 right to park, over 996 today.
And one of those planes is a 777 headed to London Heathrow.
RNF B Park, aircraft takeoff, GPS 760. Line up and wait, 18 left, American 80 heading. What's that? Whiskey Lima Hotel 18 left, American 1898.
Yankee Lima, ground 25 on the other side, American 1898.
Off it goes to Louisville. And here's the 777. And again, this is going to London Heathrow. It's American Flight 80.
190 on the heading, clear for takeoff, 18 left, American 80 heavy.
American 5776, target either on the 18 left on the plate, pass for cover.
Line up and wait, 18 left, American 577.
Over departure, American 80 heavy later.
Tally ho. Yo Kennedy says England is where I'm originally from, but Louisville is where I live now. Why did my voice say now? I don't know. Milo Sam, new subscriber. Hello, Milo Sam. All right. Get a little sip here. Hang on a second.
18 left, clear for takeoff, Arnett B Park, American 577, copy.
18 left, line up and wait, American 878, evening.
There's American Flight 577 rolling down the runway. It's going to Denver, the Smile High City.
Arnab Laren, 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 878.
Those lights are fooling our autofocus,
18 left, line up
aren't
the way, sky was 3187, get evening.
Departure, American 577, see you.
When he left, cleared for takeoff, Arnett B Park, sky was 3187.
Good evening, line up and wait, 18 left, American 2318.
Roderick Campbell says DFW has a really nice layout, so organized.
American 878, good night. Third liner, 28 right, American.
RNAV flare, clear for takeoff.
Windskill 1969 says, do you prefer the nighttime stream so the heat is not so bad? Well, as you can see on the screen, the heat, we still have it here, even at almost 10 o'clock at night. 96 degrees Fahrenheit. Somewhere, what, about 38 or 37, something like that in Celsius. American Flight 2318 is on its way. On its way where? On its way to LA. Which is where I will be going 2 weeks, well, no, actually, a week and 6 days from today. To attend the Cranky Dork Fest and the big shindig that Kevin and Airline Videos Live is co-hosting from high atop the H Hotel. And then all the Cranky Dork Fest stuff. And if Kevin and Rudy will have me, I'll hang out with them. Keep an eye on them. Take in some LAX. There goes Banana Bird.
2318, good night, sir.
This plane's off to Las Vegas.
RNAV Blair, looking to take off 18 left, American 1644, good night. Way left, 5 way, Alaska 381.
There's American 1644. Destination Los Angeles.
RNAV Park, 18 left, quick takeoff, Alaska 381.
Oh, line point 18 left, American 2348.
And I thought I saw a little message from Raina Till. We'll get to that in a minute. This Alaska Airlines flight is off to not Alaska, but off to Seattle. The 737-900 model.
Clear for takeoff 18 left, American 2348.
And that was American Flight 1618 coming in from Denver. An Airbus A320 is headed to San Antonio, Texas, which is what you saw there. We are going to focus in now, however, on a flight that's headed to Madrid. It is a Iberia flight 6148 It's an Airbus A330-300, and it's making the turn.
Down to 95F now. It's 12C where I am. Flannel shirt weather at the least. Great stream.
Look at that, we've got talking super chats. And again, I'm not really clear on how that's happening. So anyway, Iberia is headed over to the east side for dispatch.
Right, 1 left, final one with the
Look at some of these messages here. Well, according to our Streamlabs bot, Roderick Campbell just provided us with a $5 Canadian super chat. Thank you, Roderick. Let's see here. I think we're getting some member anniversaries.
RNAV Laren, clear for takeoff.
Here's Raina Taylor, a channel member celebrating 3 months of membership. I forgot to send my milestone membership message to you, Walt, but here it is. Always nice to be here. Also, can you put the pictures on your next morning stream? I miss the morning streams. Well, we were here in the morning Wednesday, but I
Testing
believe
the
you
talking
were
super
competing.
chat.
There's Emery, you're testing the talking super chat. It works. Tater 12 says, Walt, what about the sprinklers? The sprinklers. Well, I have, based upon our experience last Friday night, I think we're not going to see the sprinklers tonight. I hope not. Okay, here's that super chat from Roderick Campbell. Canadian $5, down to 95 degrees now. It's 12 degrees Celsius where I am. Flannel shirt weather at the least. Great stream. Thank you, Roderick. Joshua Leclerc says, good afternoon, Walt. Chuck Tolsma with a reminder that it hit 110 today, so we're down 14 degrees from that high. So
Two departure, American 2220.
cool. Tater 12 says, greetings from Lenoir, North Carolina. Or is that Lenoir? I don't know. Sometimes you get southern pronunciations that are a little different than what you might expect. Let's see here. Did I miss anything? There's thank you, Emery, for that $2. Now I'll do the talking super chat now. Testing the talking super chat. Evening, Walton Mod, says Douglas Serrano.
We're going to go up to Zulu.
I will only be on for a few minutes because I'm going to a train show at the Gaylord tomorrow morning. I saw something about that. Like a model train show. And the Gaylord is a big hotel complex just a stone's throw from here.
Cross 20, left Gulf 8, 85 other side, American 2213, you as well.
M.R. Rice says, Walt, is that theme from the Jetsons TV series? If not, it sounds real close. Well, for copyright purposes, I'm going to say it's not. I'll just leave it at that. But I was a fan of the Jetsons. And Mark Pell corrects me, it's pronounced Lenore. Lenore. So it's not Lenoir, but it's Lenore. So, okay. Got it. Well, here we are hanging out at Founders Plaza. There are nothing about to take off. There's got a flight coming in from San Antonio in probably 2 minutes or so. That Iberia A330 is still lined up over on the east side, ready for takeoff. To take off from 17 Center. Let's see if there's anything on the distant radar here. Headed our way. On the morning streams, before I go to bed, I usually look at the incoming flight, so I have some sense in my mind what we might expect. And I didn't get to look today. Let me see if I see anything that looks interesting. Coming up in the next hour or two here. Well, looks like looks like our next heavy jet scheduled is a
The flight from
787.
SAT is arriving soon.
Well, thank you, Emring. I'm sure that's not your voice, but thank you for that. It works. Let's see. So there's a Dreamliner coming in from Chicago O'Hare, or at least it says it is, but it's not at 10:55. But since it's not in flight right now, I'm assuming that it's either not coming or it's running late. As far as departures go, well, we've got another MD-11 on the docket about 20 minutes from now, and it too will be going to Louisville, so that's always something to look forward to in this hour. We've got Qantas Flight 8 going back to Sydney. We saw that come in. It is running a little behind, about a half hour, so it's going out at around 11 o'clock p.m. Central Time, so in about 50 minutes from now, if everything is on schedule. We've got a Polar Air Cargo 767, which is scheduled for 10:30, so that's about a little more than 20 minutes away. And let's see. And we've got Qatar Flight 732 headed back to Doha. That's a 777. That's supposed to go out at the top of the hour, but it's running about a half hour late. So I don't know if we'll hang out for that. We'll see how things go. But yes, it has, it's quieted down here, as you can tell. There's the latest super chat from Emray. Thank you. Douglas says Iberia is about to take off. Did I miss it? No, it is making the turn now. So it's getting ready to roll down runway 17 center. And as such, we will try to pick it out of the sky. I think I hear it. As you see some emergency vehicles in the foreground. Keeping my eye on the horizon there to see if we can pick up the Iberia flight headed out. Well, that's it. It's pretty far away and a little blurry. That brings to mind, of course, the announcement that American Airlines made. Was it this past week or the week before? I think it was the week before that. Next year, American will be inaugurating service to Barcelona from DFW Airport, a new route. Well, there's nothing in the air headed our way at the moment. This is American Flight 1599. It's an Airbus A321, and it is going to Las Vegas.
American 1599, clear for takeoff. 18 left to B Park, RNAV.
Ben Farrenberger says, relaxing night at Founders Plaza tonight. When is the heat going to break for Walt? 96 at 10 p.m. Wow. As we welcome Basim Yusuf, newly subscribed to the Runway DFW YouTube channel. Thank you to you and to all of our new subscribers tonight. That certainly helps our channel grow, your likes and subscriptions, so thanks so much to all of you for that. Well, I've got to replace the now air temperature water that's sitting over here with something that's a little more refrigerated.
You're parking right, so you'll probably get off.
So please listen to some cheesy music while I do that.
American 1599, good night.
Thank you for your indulgence. I don't know, for some reason, taking in cold water makes me lose my voice somehow. Well, let's get back to MD-11 watch here. We do expect either this one or the one that's over there next to the 747 to be on the move within the next 20 minutes or so. There's American Flight 1871 arriving from Las Vegas. It's an Airbus A321. Marco Hinton, channel member, has a question. Are there any flights from Taipei to DFW? I'm sitting outside watching for the EVA Air flight to Houston Intercontinental. Well, we do see EVA Air cargo flights here, but we don't get any passenger service. At least, not currently. And now we do have the MD, I think it's the one we were looking at over yonder. I believe it's fired up. It's got its light flashing there. It's a little overexposed because we're kind of exposed for the dark runways. I'll dial that down a little bit.
Start up the 1516 visual on airfield.
Looky there, it's on the move. This one too is on its way to Louisville. I think it's a little newer than the last one we saw blasting off. Let's check with the singers.
A blast from the past. 1998.
Hello Tower, envoy 3914 is 11 miles out for 18 right. Right, clear to land, envoy 3914.
We will shortly be seeing Delta Flight 1516 arriving from the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul. Right here for you.
Now, don't freak me out by making me sound like I'm female. I am Super Chat. Oops, Superman. Newfoundland, Canada, rules.
I'm sure it does. I've never had the pleasure of being to Newfoundland. It's gotta be cooler than this. We've got a little musical tribute to you, Delta Flight 1516.
1998.
So I think that makes you the same age as this MD that we're about to see.
Alright, Whiskey Lima, cross 18 left, then Alpha route, and Alpha bridge Delta 1516.
Rai Laya says, I love airplanes. My dream job growing up, I've always wanted to be a pilot. And here's that super chat from Roderick Campbell. I will speak it to you in his own voice. No, don't freak me out by making me sound like I'm female. I am Super Chat. Oops, Superman. Newfoundland, Canada rules. Directly from Roderick Kemp. Thank you for that Canadian $10 super duper chat. Appreciate that. And Emery Urchess with a $2 super chat says hello. Thank you to Walt for this wonderful broadcast. Thank you, Emery, for your multiple contributions tonight. Very appreciative. The plane's been pushed way back. There you see a Frontier plane headed to Phoenix, and Airbus A320N with Odell the Lynx on the tail, you saw there.
Thank you to Walt for this wonderful broadcast.
Now, I have to tell you, everybody, even though it is quite innovative to have talking super chats, I think I will find some way to disable that for the next broadcast. I can't do it now. I don't have time to research why that is happening, but I apologize for anybody who's been misgendered as a result of our speaking super chats. Well, while we're waiting for that, let's swing around and take another look at Odell on the tail of this plane. So our camera 2 hasn't had any overheating problems tonight, at least not so far. No, temperature sensor is not on. I've been reading up on it, and the consensus seems to be to open all the doors on the camera, all the flaps that cover up normally the battery and the ports on it. You just open them all up. And I've also got a fan attached to the back of it, and that seems to be working. So here's our second tri-jet of the evening. Passes in front of the Queen. We haven't seen the, at least when I've been here over the last few, I haven't seen that Queen in quite a while. Don't think, according to the schedule anyway, it doesn't look like we'll get to see it in action tonight, but always good just to see one sitting there. Got a leak? There's something dripping there. Attention UPS. You see it there from just ahead of the front landing gear? I'm sure it's perfectly normal. I just hope it's not like, you know, hydraulic fluid or something like that.
Left line of way, UPS 765.
West side. Cross 18 left at, was that Gulf 8? Cross 18 left at Gulf 8, ground 25 on the other side, American 1798.
See if we see any dripping there. I don't see it anymore.
West side, Delta 34. Whiskey Lima, hold square 18 left from American 2820. Left clear across the Whiskey Lima for American 2820.
Departure UPS 765, have a good night.
I see the Polar Air Cargo 767 is now lit up on ye olde radar. Yeah, we have another wide body aircraft headed this way. See if I can find it. There it is. That is American Flight 963. It's going to Sao Paulo, Brazil. Let's see what it does here.
RNF clear takeoff 18 left, American 614, copy the rest.
So yeah, it looks like it's going to be taking off here in front of us. My sail says another great night to watch some planes take off in the Dallas jungle. Well, you know, the thing about jungles is they generally get a lot of rain, and that is something we have been sorely missing for, I don't know, seems like the better part of 2 months now. Very dry. Carl Shield 1 says, my airport is waking up now. Marco Hinton, channel member, says it would be awesome if Eva Air had service to DFW. Y'all could see the Hello Kitty livery every now and again.
Great day, American 614.
My daughter would love that. She's a big Hello Kitty fan.
Position taxiway Alpha cross runway 18 left, 0.65, top of the officer's land. Next 1269 Alpha cross 18 left, 0.65 and after. American 963, have a transect cross over you. Branch American 963, have a good day. Hold short, 18 left at Whiskey Kilo, envoy 3553. Clear takeoff 18 left, only 34.8.
Stephanie wonders, does DFW have a park observation area on the east side to better watch those runways? Well, at one time in the airport's history, there was such a thing. In fact, the original location of Founders Plaza was here on the east side. But they decided to move Founders Plaza over here, and they didn't keep an area over on that side. So really there's no place to watch from over there Fabio Tavares is our newest subscriber. Emery Yurtas with a $2 super chat. Another one says, Walt, where's this flight going to? Well,
Walt, where's this flight going to?
That's what I just said. But I don't know which one you're talking about, so.
Whiskey Kilo, cross 18 left.
But if you're talking about the Dreamliner, which we followed along with, I was going to Sao Paulo, Brazil. So I hope that answers your question, but thank you for that super chat. We have an American Airlines flight 1484. It's an Airbus A321. This one's going to Los Angeles. Been wolfing down some water here.
Good evening, Tower American 2224, we're ready at the end. RNAV to B Park, Cliff takeoff, runway 18 American 2224.
1484, good night.
Channel member and friend of the channel, Renee Taylor, says Qantas is on the move. And she is certainly right about that. There you see it way down there, just after having been pushed back from Terminal D. A Dreamliner headed back to Sydney on what I believe to be the second longest journey you can make from DFW Airport. The first being another Qantas flight to Melbourne. Not a lot of difference between those flights, but the Melbourne flight is just a tad bit longer. According to some research recently published by Simple Flying, the website, which has all sorts of interesting tidbits like that. There you see United, I believe it's a 777, parked back there. We noted that earlier. It's apparently a team plane for the Raiders, who are in town to play some sort of a football contest. Cam 7879, who is a Qantas pilot, says, "Hi Walt, I'm not flying the QF8 tonight. I'm watching at home in Sydney on a beautiful afternoon." Well, welcome. We're glad you could tune in. Cam checked in on the messaging after one of the recent broadcasts we had, and he thanked us for featuring his plane. It's always good to have in the chat room somebody who knows what they're talking about.
Runway
For a
18
change.
left, line up and wait envoy 3431. Good evening.
I'm not talking about our other chatters, I'm talking about me. Because while I may be an av geek, I'm certainly not an aviation expert in anything. I mean, you know. Do I know what kind of engines that plane has? No. They're big and powerful, though. They get you where you're going. C5 Allen is a new subscriber. Thank you, C5 Allen. That is the International Terminal D in the background there.
Runway Blair and 1 left, clear for takeoff, envoy 3431.
American 1321, welcome.
Envoy 3412, we're departure, good night.
I think out there somewhere the Polar Air Cargo has
Whiskey Hotel 181,
pulled out.
American 1381.
See if we can spot that for a second here. This is Polar Air Flight 102. It's off to Cincinnati. Operating on behalf of DHL. Unfortunately, this is not the
cleared for takeoff 18 left, American 1381.
ketchup and mustard livery that I so like to see. But it is a 20th century aircraft.
Over to departure, have a great night.
1996.
That's the 767-300 series.
One at left, line up and await, American 1273.
There's American Flight 1381 going through your screen there. It's off to Fresno, California. John Ware becomes our newest subscriber. Thank you, John. Scrambling to pick up this incoming flight from Los Angeles. Los Angeles is either the top destination from Dallas or certainly in the top 5.
Over to departure, have a good night, American 1381.
Carla Longerbeam says, it's past this old lady's bedtime. Great stream. Thank you. Thank you, Carla, for dropping in. Glad to have you with us.
Cross 1E right, hold short, 1E left, polar 102 heavy.
Partner B Park 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 1273.
So there you have the Spirit of Australia with its passengers settling in for a very long trip of something like 14 hours, I believe.
American 1219, final, or lower to the final line. right, American 1219.
I should make a confession. I am not a pilot, but I play one on TV. Asked about engines, IJ make them up, and pretend the others haven't caught up yet.
Well, there's another one of the exclusive Runway DFW talking super chats. Thank you for that. Roderick Campbell. And there, if you didn't hear it, there it is to read. Thank you for that $5 Canadian super chat. The nice thing about having a broadcast like this, which is
left, clear for takeoff, American 566,
which is interactive, and that flight, that American flight's going to Pittsburgh at A321.
18 left, line up for Wait Whiskey Hotel Envoy 4065.
If I do not have the answer, somebody in the chat room is going to straighten me out. Francisco Jr., our new subscriber. Thank you, Francisco Jr.
Departure, I'm there.
We're down to 95 degrees here at the airport.
Line left, first takeoff, RNAV to Layer now by 4065.
18 left.
And I would like to welcome El Gato for being the... Hang on a second. I was kind of gulping down some cool water, and it kind of went down the wrong way. But thank you, El Gato, for joining in.
RNAV B-Park, clear for takeoff, 18 left, Frontier Flight 2119.
So Flight 2119 gets the clearance to take off. That's going to Las Vegas. Well, that was it there. On the tail, Bori the Coqui Llanero. No idea what that is.
Alright, cross 18 left on Yankee, hold short of Foxtrot, Polar 102 heavy.
And I apologize for the coughing on mic. I was pushing a button which I thought cut off my mic, but in fact, instead it was cutting off my mic to my headphones, but not to you. So my apologies for that. Here's the big, beautiful Dreamliner.
Whiskey Mike, cross 18 left, Alpha route, American 1219. Cross 18 left, hold short of 18 right, American 1964.
Looks like this plane was waiting for the Polar Air Cargo to cross over runway 18 left. So that path appears now to be clear.
Heading right 190 and 18 left clear to take off Qantas, light heavy.
Only 1 left, land over wing, sky 3171.
Qantas, light heavy.
Gene says, I hit the like button for this awesome stream now. Thank you, Gene.
Hey, we're number 2 on Whiskey Hotel.
Henri 3309 says, I like airplane movies.
We're hold short climate.
And Stephen Remy says it's a 16 to 17 hour flight to Sydney.
American 344.
Whiskey Hotel is American.
Yeah, it's going to take a little longer to get there than to come back from there due to the prevailing jet stream, I believe.
18 left, clear for takeoff, RNAV Laren, American 1024.
And Basim Youssef says GE NX engines on Qantas 787. So there you go. Farming with Miller says, hi, Walt. Howdy.
We're number 1 on Whiskey Hotel 317.
Irish Dublin, who's been a member. I thought. But this says you just become a member, so I think maybe you either re-signed up or I'm not sure, but in any event, thank you. Luis Amaya Hernandez says, hello, sir. I'm leaving tomorrow here from Dallas, Texas. Right now I am on Rowlett, Texas. I am leaving to Philadelphia at 6:45 p.m. tomorrow on Frontier Airlines. Are you going to be at that time at the airport? And no, I will not tomorrow, regrettably. So I apologize for that. There are several streamers here. I know Epic Toastman's going to be streaming in the morning. Another YouTube channel, and you can check into the aviation stylings of OZ Gaming 9, who also does live streams from this very place.
That's correct, Envoy 3307.
So I can't be here 24/7.
That's affirmative, envoy 3693.
About to catch a glimpse of Qatar Airways, flight 732. It's going back to Doha. This is a 777 making its way from Terminal D. And that's another long flight in the top 10.
RNAV Lunar, crypt takeoff 1 American 370. I'm probably running 18 left, guy was 3108.
I was almost going to ask if they had moved that United 777, but it appears to still be down there. And as we had postulated earlier, that is the team plane of the Raiders. I think somebody said the Raiders. I don't even know what city they're in anymore. The Raiders. Football club. Los Angeles? Oakland? Not sure. Las Vegas? These teams move around a bit. Well, here we are, standing on the precipice of 11 o'clock, so
all right, American 2191, we'll stay where we're at.
Give you a little station ID here, I think.
Yeah, looks like we can get there. Envoy 3693. Okay, over to Whiskey Hotel, hold short of 18 left, envoy 3693.
Well, you're watching Runway DFW After Dark. Just before, just 30 seconds away from 11 p.m. here in the Central Time Zone. My name is Walt, and I don't know how much longer we're going to be here because we don't have a lot that's going on. We're kind of hoping that this 777 going back to Doha will be assigned to take off over here. Typically, I have to say though that that aircraft is assigned to the eastern side of the airport. So we're just gonna have to see.
Roger, cross 18 left, 18 right, and get behind Eagle and over on Charlie, look like 1823.
Well, the official thermometer is now down to 94 degrees.
18 left, 18 right, Charlie ramp, 164.
Charlie ramp, flight 23, thank you.
We get a hey Walt from Daryl N. Hey there, Daryl.
You know what? Boat, everybody.
And Mariucci says the Raiders are in Las Vegas right now.
Okay, thanks, Envoy 3307.
Well, don't blink. Who knows where they'll be tomorrow? But O'Malley says I was right about Oakland and LA, just not currently. As you can tell, I'm not a big football guy.
Line up and wait, 18 left, on board 3693.
Dr. Mark in Texas wishing me a safe trip home. I think he's had enough. We're not done quite yet, but... And we say hello to Aviation. Emily. Hello to you. And as expected, this plane is making the big right turn to go over the bridge.
91, 18 left, line up and wait.
For a takeoff from runway 17 center. So we'll try to fish that out of the clouds. So I think we're done with activity over at UPS for the night. Everything's all buttoned up over there. We have the beautiful Queen of the Skies and one of the other
American 21, 91, 18 left.
MD-11s in the UPS fleet sitting over there.
Line up and wait, 18 left, we'll keep them inside on board 3826.
Mrs. Runway DFW says, Walt likes hockey. Go Stars. It is true. I do like to watch hockey occasionally, but if you asked me to name all the teams in the NHL, I wouldn't be able to do that. Because when I was a boy, there were only 6 teams in the NHL. And I can still name them all. I think they're still around. New York, Boston, Montreal, Toronto, Detroit, and Chicago. That was it. Easy to keep up with.
Clear for takeoff, 18 left, don't have to land on board 3820.
Was I mistaken about that Qatar flight?
Line up and wait, 18 left, on board 3307.
American 2191, switch and seal.
I was. I thought it was going over the bridge, and there it is. It's Flight 732, the 777-200 model, which has been flying around the friendly skies for 13 years now. Well, a bit of a surprise.
Arnett, clear for takeoff, 18 left, on board 3307.
Flight 18 left, on board 3534.
Rita Taylor signing off. She says thanks to me, the mods of course, and everyone who congratulated her on her photo earlier. Much appreciated, and your love for me. Have a great night, everyone. Give you one more look at Raina's championship photo from the National Snaffle Bit Association World Meetup in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which I believe was last week. Look at all that hardware.
Maintain visual separation over to
so congrats to you again, Raina.
Hold on. You're in Texas and you're not into football? Run for the hills. I guess you're into planes. What? Into hockey? Wonders never cease.
Well, thank you for that. Roderick with another $5 Canadian super chat. Yeah, I'm not into football. I'm the guy who's at the movie theater on Sunday afternoon. Although I haven't been to the movies in a while, but you know what I mean.
Got it, thanks.
Now, I don't wish ill will on any of our local sports teams that aren't hockey related. But I just, you know, just, I don't know.
Cross 18 left, 18 right into the ramp, local 7 Bravo Papa.
Well, we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 other planes, in addition to this one, lined up to take off over yonder. And kind of get an idea of the traffic going on. Who'd have thunk that at after 11 o'clock at night, you'd be seeing this many planes there. I don't know if there's any delays going on at the airport.
Departure, we'll see envoy 3534.
No, not really. Well, it says the average delay for takeoffs is currently 18 minutes, which I guess is more than 0. Well, we've got another triple on the move.
Line up runway 18 left, runway 3932.
There it is. It's American Flight 78 going to London Heathrow. And that's another flight which often gets dispatched over to the east side of DFW Airport. But we'll just have to see what those folks up in the tower have to say about the
Departure rank 2390, good day.
the movement of this aircraft.
RNF to B Park, clear for takeoff runway 18 left, envoy 3932.
So we've got an American Eagle flight that has been cleared for takeoff.
3569, good evening.
But we're a little more interested in these 777s.
Who's going to be behind the heavy?
RNF Laren 18 left, clear for takeoff, envoy 3569.
There's a London-bound jet.
Line up and wait, runway 18 left, 31 Lima, good evening.
Airport departure 3932.
Little size differential for you there between that was an E-jet, I believe. Yep, an Embraer 175. Headed to Killeen in Texas. Camera's either gotten dark or
Third up Aspera at 111, clear for takeoff, thanks.
Alright. Twitch at 35, 69, have a good.
Tower on board 3906, visual 188. Port red, clear to land, on board 3906.
Off it goes on its long journey to the Middle East. And it looks like that American 777 you see there is going to join the lineup here. Wish there was a good way we could show you how many planes are
It's been a minute and a half.
are waiting. See, we do a little pan here.
Roger, we cancel the clearance here, Scout 5010. Sorry, sir, I thought it was 2 minutes. My timer said like a minute 35. I understand, apologize about that. I'm showing 2 minutes now, sir. All right, right 190, right turn, clear takeoff.
I think that's all of them. My tripod kind of sprang back on me there.
18 left minus.
So in other words, we've got a lot of planes going a lot of places.
Echo 3 high speed, you got it on board 3906.
See if we can amuse ourselves with a frontier animal tail. Looks like we've got
Yeah, we are right there now.
Xavier the mountain goat on the tail of that A321, which is going to Ontario, California.
Departure, sir. We'll see you next time, Scott 5010.
So they're in the middle of that traffic jam. Sticking out like a sore thumb is the
Live awake 18 left, American
777.
2734.
Thank you for that kind comment, Basim. Zorb is greeting everyone with a good afternoon. So good afternoon to you wherever you may be. I'm going to guess.
Clear for takeoff, be hard for the RNAV, American 2734.
Somewhere on the other side of the world. I'm getting my Another cold water here.
Well, I left my weight mix, if you consider that.
No worries, go short 111.
Departure, Sky 327 connect.
Let me review our sky chart here on Flight Radar 24. I don't see anything coming in. Well, no, I was wrong. I was so wrong about that.
Flight left script takeoff, RNAV Laren, like 16 to that.
How can you miss this? Spirit Flight 262 from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia.
18 left on a flight 749.55.
Go departure, have a good night, American 2734.
Echo out short 118 left. And we're also going to Delta left. So short 118 left with Windows here. 260.
Left, please pick up on that express, 49.55.
Left line point, cross to 1000. Good.
Have a good one, 37.
That's a United Max 8 coming in from Newark. We still don't see a lot of Max aircraft here at DFW, and we hardly ever see a Newark incoming flight here on the west side. And for our international viewers, Newark is a
No worries, Roger that. Frontier 1003.
city in New Jersey, just across the Hudson River from the Big Apple of New York.
That's right, left. Take way up, connect. Cross out. Key Lima, ground, or do you want right ramp on the other side? Oh, 25 on the inside for your wing test. Alpha cross 18 left, ground inside, track 1 left. Third departure idea schedule.
Still waiting to see the American Dreamliner head off to London Heathrow. Not seen here. But the American Dreamliner is not even pointed in the right direction yet.
Sorry, guys, 2135, confirm we're clear across 1 left.
David Newmeyer says, how big is the Frontier operation at DFW? Well, they are now, I believe, the number 3 airline in terms of passengers at DFW. They recently, in the last few months, earlier this year, I believe it was, they added a crew base here, and they added a bunch of destinations. So
RNAV
Learn, runway 18 left, clear for takeoff.
Now, they're still kind of small potatoes, obviously, compared to American and American Eagle Frontier is, but they have a kind of a mini hub here.
DFW Tower, America. T48 visual, 18 right.
Under B mark with the takeoff 18 left, America 28564.
Left, line deployed, American 2568. Good departure, US Frontier Flight 1003.
I believe what we got here is American Flight 2564, 737-800.
Boco, American 1348.
Destination Albuquerque, New Mexico.
RNAV Laren, clear for takeoff 18 left, American 2568.
18 left, line of weight, American 2347.
Go on, 345. Good check.
Afraid I don't know where this one is going. That was American Flight 2568 to San Diego, California. Airbus A321. There is the American 777 that wants to go to London Heathrow, but still not ready to go. Well, it may be ready to go, but
Line of 18 left, American 785.
hasn't had the clearance yet. American Flight 1348 coming in from Los Angeles, an Airbus A321.
RNAV Laren, clear for takeoff 18 left, American 785.
So American Flight 785,
Ultra 18 left, our choice, American.
an Airbus A321. That's it there. It's going to Tucson, Arizona.
Line of weight, American 856, 18 left.
Departure back at 2347, I'll get back.
The triple still hanging out, nose pointed to the north. Dr. Mark in Texas says, Walt, have you heard the fast-talking ATC lady lately? I think every now and again, we were listening on the, when we first heard her ATC stylings, we were over on the east side listening to that tower. Now, I do know that the controllers rotate among both active towers here, the east and west. And I think I've heard her once or twice since then, but not regularly. And when we were over on the east side at the penthouse for a couple of broadcasts, we did get to hear a female traffic controller who was almost like an auctioneer. She would talk very clearly and very distinctly. You could hear everything she said, but she said it very, very fast.
You got that eraser out, didn't you?
Out front, 18 left, over to ground. 45 on the bridge, American. 1348.
Matthew Allen is joining us. Hello, everyone. Hello to you, Matthew. And Rob Skirmy says, looks like all DFW ops are on the west side right now. Nothing happening on the east side. And, well, I can confirm that by looking at Flight Radar 24. Now, they are doing construction. They've got runway 17 right closed for reconstruction. So instead of 3 north-south runways, they have only 2 now. So perhaps that has something to do with that.
Take off 18 left, American 522.
Left line fully American 78 heavy.
So American Flight 552 will be going through your screen there in a second. It's going to Charlotte, North Carolina. And O'Malley says, lucky for us, west side action. Yes, sir. That plane there on the right looks like it has a green nose, but I think it's just a runway light, which is in the right place. So finally, Flight 78 off to London Heathrow after a bit of a wait.
Switch and have a good evening.
Thank you, American 633, we are.
The jig is up, Mrs. Runway DFW.
190 on the heading, 18 left, clear for takeoff there, 78 heavy. Right turn 190, 18 left, clear for takeoff, Scout 3144. Good day, American 78 Haley.
That was American Flight 633 arriving from Phoenix, Arizona. Still got a pile up here on 18 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 aircraft are waiting for the go signal. There's American Eagle 3144 taking off for Lawton, Oklahoma.
Taxiway Alpha short of 18 left, we're 33.
And it's running about 45 minutes late, that plane is, and I don't even think it takes 45 minutes to get to Lawton, Oklahoma from here.
Okay, we'll cross 18 left at Alpha 0.65 on top.
Watch 3144.
So we've got 4 E-jets, a couple of A321s ready to take off, and coming in shortly, well, in about 2 minutes, will be American Flight 2012 arriving from Los Angeles, California. That's another Airbus A321.
Clear for takeoff 18 left, RNF to Laren, runway 3529.
CJ Qantas says, wow, glad to see you're still broadcasting. Well, we're getting to the time of diminishing returns, because I don't see anything on the horizon that's looking, you know, in terms of heavy jets or big-time international arrivals or curious cargo planes. So I think we're going to take a look at this Los Angeles incoming flight, and then I'm going to think about shutting this thing down as we say hello to Carlos Ocampo, newly subscribed to this channel.
Just confirm Envoy 3529 is clear for takeoff. RNAV to Laren, 3529.
Always good to get a confirmation before you take off.
All right, RNAV, B Park, Envoy 35%.
Well, channel sponsor James Webb.
All right, that's clear for takeoff.
Have you been lurking? He says this was fun tonight. Thank you all. Thank you, James Webb,
Yep, RNAV.
for your sponsorship of this channel and for your travel agent skills and getting me all booked for
Departure 3529, adios.
the Cranky Dork Fest.
Alpha
left American 20 clear.
So we're whittling down now the number of planes with that plane taken off for Fort Smith. Just 3 are now in the queue. You see 2 of them there. The one on the right, I believe that's Flight 1744 going to Phoenix in Arizona. Let's see if we can see the... Okay, there's the 3rd plane there. On the far left is American 862 going to Denver. And to the left of that plane, there's another one, I think. Yes. That's going to Springfield. It's an American Eagle plane there on the left. C5 Allen says, first time watching Runway DFW, great stream, I love the night ops. Great channel all, thank you. We accept all compliments and we also accept criticism and derision as well, but we prefer compliments.
Alrighty, very good. Clear to land, 1 in right. We can roll it down to Alpha.
Frontier Flight 2702 is on the way in from Phoenix. It'll be an Airbus A320 with Hudson the Bog Turtle adorning its tail. Shady 92 says Friday night lights and Friday night flights. Ron Sees America, who we met in person, is now a member of the channel. Thank you, Ron. Zorb says, nice peaceful nighttime airport operations, just the sweet sounds of the last flights of the day until early morning. Well, you know what? DFW Airport goes around the clock. Now, there are some lulls, but in the middle of the night, you'll see there'll be a few passenger red-eye flights, and there'll also be a lot of cargo flights coming back and forth.
Clear for takeoff, 20 left, RNAV to be marked, American 662.
Swing around here to see the flight from Phoenix coming in, the Frontier flight from Phoenix.
Adios, 3466.
Asim Yusuf says, I haven't flown for the past 21 years. The last flight was from Amman, Jordan via JFK with Royal Jordanian Airlines and Delta. Connecting at Atlanta, missed my first Dallas flight, and I was on standby for DFW. Well, I can't beat that. I haven't flown since 2016. And but I'll be on a flight to LAX a week from next Thursday for the Cranky Dork Fest, and we'll have some coverage of that here on Runway DFW for you. Don't know that I'll have any live streams. There goes Flight 1744 to Phoenix, Arizona. It's an Airbus A321.
R9 B Park, runway 18 left, clear for takeoff. Envoy 3438.
American 1744, over departure, thanks, yeah.
Dr. Mark in Texas says, any word on the flight to Columbus? They had to dump fuel and return to DFW. No, I'm afraid I don't. Earlier in the broadcast, we showed you emergency vehicles surrounding an American Eagle flight, which had left DFW and then returned. After doing a lot of circling to dump fuel, and then it returned, and it returned safely and went back to the terminal, but don't have any information as to what the problem was that precipitated its unscheduled return. CJ Cotta says, I'm a night owl, would love another hour, but I can rewatch what I missed. Well, I don't think there's going to be too much to see, certainly not after midnight. Now, if we hung out until maybe 2 or 3 a.m., we could see some activity in terms of cargo planes coming and going. Cajun Joseph with some information about that American Eagle flight. They didn't dump fuel. They went in a hold because they needed to burn off 3,000 pounds to be back underweight to come in and land. So, there's your answer.
Stop at the bridge, 21.
Tower, American 1342, inside 90.
Mark Pell says good night to Walt, Mrs. Runway DFW, and all in the chat. This has been a very good time tonight. Thanks for the company and entertainment. Well, thank you for your company, Mark. So we have American Flight 1342 and Airbus A321 coming in from Phoenix, Arizona.
Contact departure. Have a good night. Envoy 3438.
They'll be here in a minute.
Barrel 18 left, clear for takeoff. American 952. Let's land 18 right clear wing 276. RNAV B Park, clear for takeoff, 18 left, American 446.
There's a flight from Phoenix coming in. Sorry, I couldn't reach over for our intermediary camera punch over there.
This side, sweat 135.
Things are winding down here. This is American Flight 446 and Airbus A321. It is destined for the city adjacent to the bay, San Francisco. Do another swish pan here. That's a Spirit A320neo coming in from Oakland, California. Flight 276.
146, thank you.
Well, our next three flights incoming are not American Airlines. Thank you to Isaac Passos for being our newest member, our newest subscriber, I should say. So yeah, we'll check out these next three flights, and then I think we'll call it a day. The first one will be another Spirit flight, an Airbus A320 from Los Angeles, City of Angels. As we say goodbye there to American Flight 531 off to Tulsa, Oklahoma.
RNAV B Park, 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 456. Departure, adios.
Sebastian Kelso Opeza? Sorry if I didn't get that right. But thank you for subscribing, along with Arjun Suvarna.
South, good evening, United 772 on the visual, 18 right.
That's American 456 you see going through the screen there. It's off to Sacramento, California. But we're going to focus our attention on our final two flights of the night. The next will be from Las Vegas, Nevada. Frontier Flight 2132, an Airbus A320 Neo. And that will be...
Walt. Enjoy Cranky Dork Fest. I'm hoping one day you and AVL can do a live stream together from DFW and LAX. That would be cool as a fan.
Well, thank you, CJ Cotta, for that $4.99 super chat. And there it is, if you didn't get the talking super chat. Yeah, there are technical problems involved with anything like that. Of course, they can be resolved. I think that's how Kevin and Rudy started at Airline Videos Live. Rudy was doing a remote camera, I think from a phone. I believe he was over at the In-N-Out Burger. And you know, because of digital delays and things like that, I don't think Kevin was really happy with how that turned out. So I don't know, but as the technology improves, perhaps we could do something like that. I'm up to try anything. And that was Scarlett the Tanager on the tail of that aircraft there. So apparently a tanager is some sort of a bird. So for our final presentation of the evening, it's United Flight 772 from Denver and Airbus A320.
Left here and follow the Spirit Airbuses at Gulf 8 and then follow the Spirit Airbuses over the bridge. Frontier Flight 2132. Cross 18 left here at Gulf 8, Frontier Flight 102.
So we await the arrival of our final flight of the night. Alrighty, I think we've cleared the decks here. So let's play some music. I've got to say thank you to our channel sponsor and, as I said, travel agent, James Webb. Thank you so much, James, for all you do for Runway DFW. Also to Kevin of Airline Videos Live. We'll be seeing you in person 2 weeks from tonight at your party. And thank you for the batteries, Kevin. Appreciate it. Runway DFW Moderation Federation, couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much for your participation in this and every broadcast of Runway DFW. Very nice to have you with us. Glad you could be a part of this. And now let's say hello and thank you to all of our members. Well, I timed that just right, didn't I? If only I could punch this button. Here we go. My mic wasn't on. You know what? We're going to have a little bonus for you all, because you've been so good tonight. Go back to our regular broadcast, and we will bring you our second Qantas departure of the evening. This will be Qantas Flight 22, a 787-9 Dreamliner, and this one's going to Melbourne. And it is officially the longest flight you can take from DFW Airport. And we're going to show it to you just in a few minutes. Well, our music ran out. I was expecting that, but I was not prepared to talk. But yeah, we'll follow along with the second Qantas flight of the evening. Why not? It's coming our way. But yeah, it has gotten very quiet here, except for this lone flight, which we can now just kind of savor. No, nobody's going to steal the show from this aircraft. Well, happy Saturday to our viewers in the Central Time Zone. We've gone past midnight.
And Qantas 22 Heavy, just confirming we're unafter land, 18 left, clear for takeoff. Qantas 22 Heavy.
2 heavy.
Well, I think that's all, folks. Let us see what we got here. This, that, no. This. I'm punching buttons here because I need to find some music. All right, that does it for us here on this extended edition of Runway DFW After Dark. No sprinklers, yeah. We'll be back soon. Hit the notification bell if you would to be alerted to our next transmission from DFW Founders Plaza. So nice to have seen all of you tonight. Well, I didn't really see you. I saw your little pictures and icons and stuff. But yeah, nice to have you part of the Runway DFW family of viewers. Thanks again. Back soon. Stay cool, and we'll see you in a bit. Happy contrails to you until we meet again.
Travel arrangements for overseas acts and promotional consideration furnished by Pan American World Airways, the world's most experienced airline. Pan Am makes the going great. This is Dick Tufeld speaking.
Okay, Dreamliner coming in from Chicago O'Hare. Good night, everybody.